Welcome back to Montreal. It's Alex Belfield talking to the stars of the Comedy Festival, and a new rising great big whopping star is Andrew Lawrence. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You're a bit peculiar.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. Maybe I am. I certainly am a little bit on stage, yeah, and maybe I'm a little bit in life as well. And I think it doesn't hurt to be a bit peculiar on stage. I think it's nice to have your own angle on things.
You and me have the same affliction. We're both ginger, although I'm more ginger than you are.
Really, I think well, it's difficult to know, isn't it? You lose perspective on your own hair colour to an extent. But I would have thought you're slightly less ginger than me, bordering on brunette.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you could have said. Yes, I will marry you.
Maybe it's the lighting in here. I don't know.
Hair gel normally works as well. That darkens it.
Really, that's a good tip for me.
Because it has been a curse of my life. I mean, it created so much bullying at school, and it stays with you. It's the first thing people judge you on, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I like to think it's always good-natured when people have a joke about you being ginger, and it's all a bit fun. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? I think as you get older, you tend to get less of it, don't you? People have a little bit more respect for you, and.
I don't know. I was doing an interview the other day with Ray Quinn. Do you remember him from X Factor? Oh. And he's in Grease the Musical. And I saw his eyes just looking at my hair through the whole interview, and it just kept putting me off, thinking, what are you thinking? I'm some sort of alien.
Yeah, that's bizarre. It shouldn't really... people should be used to it by now, shouldn't they? I remember I was travelling around when I was younger, going to... China, and in China it was absolutely everyone stopped in the street as if it was some kind of abomination they were looking at, as if it was some sort of freak occurrence, like some sort of earthquake or something, walking down the street.
You see, you're lucky though, because you're thin. You see, I was clinically obese, ginger and ugly. I mean, it couldn't be worse if I, had had glasses and been German. You've been lucky in that way.
Well, not really. I was pretty fat when I was a kid at school, and I had glasses as well. So I wear contact lenses now, and I suppose it has its own downsides, being quite skinny as well. So I don't know. I think we've all got our cross to bear in terms of physical appearance, haven't we?
For those who haven't seen you live, Andrew, it's an interesting act and it's a different act, and I love a character comedian. I'm not really into guys who just go on stage and talk about the wife dumping them, which seems to be very popular here at the festival. For those who haven't seen you, describe your act.
Well, it's unfortunate that you like the character act, because it's less of that these days. I started off being more character based 4 or 5 years ago, and then I kind of gradually became more of myself. But I've got no real jokes about my wife leaving me, so at least that's a plus, hopefully. But I think there's a lot more of myself on stage now, really. And
when I say a character act, what I mean is you're not normal and you're not average. There's something a bit odd about you, in the same way that Gina Yashere is an act. I mean, she's just a bigger person than herself, and you're the same, aren't you? I mean, you play on your oddities.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't like to think about it too much. I wouldn't like to imagine people sitting in the audience thinking, he can't be like that in real life. That must be a character. It's genuinely me. And,
this isn't going down very well, is it? I'm making you out to be some freak, and I don't mean to, because you're a nice person. I don't mean it in that way.
I don't mind being a freak sells, it seems, in comedy, so as long as it's paying the bills.
How confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Because I would imagine what you do is incredibly brave. I sit here on radio talking to hundreds of thousands, and nobody can see me, and it doesn't matter if I do a rubbish joke. I won't know, because of course I can't see them whether they're laughing or grimacing, whereas you can. Are you an extremely confident person?
I don't think so. I'm certainly not very confident in real life, but it definitely has its own rules if you go on stage, and it's something maybe you have to be brave to do it the first few times, but then when you're used to it, it's kind of you become quite inured to it. And even if occasionally you might have a gig that you weren't that happy with, and maybe the first time you have a gig like that, you feel really bad about it, but again, it's something that becomes second nature, and it doesn't take a lot of bravery, I don't think, after a while. It's just that first time you do it, I think, really.
Do you ever wonder why you've made it to this level at the Montreal Comedy Festival and so many don't? There's just a load of people touring comedy clubs week in, week out who never seem to go anywhere, yet you've kind of stuck out and become bigger and better than the rest to be invited. Do you ever wonder why?
It's money, I've paid them. No, my agent probably got a good agent. I don't know. I think I think I do my own thing on stage, and it maybe possibly stands out a little bit, and it's different from a lot of people are used to. There's a lot of homogenous comedy out there. I mean, as you're saying, a lot of acts here you've seen doing their kind of wife leaving the material, and it's the same in the UK. A lot of acts do the same sort of material because it's what works and what's safe in a club setting. But I think if you do your own thing and you do what's a bit more kind of natural and personal to you, you come across as more distinctive, and maybe that's why I'm kind of over here, because I'm doing something a little bit different.
How old are you now?
I'm 29. I'm getting on a bit, really. I feel I'm getting on a bit. I probably sound a bit kind of crass to someone who's 40 or 50 or something, but I do feel I'm dreading the old 3-0.
Are you really dreading it?
No, a little bit. It's one of those things where you get 30, you look back at perspective and think, well, what have I really achieved? And so far, is it time to start again and throw in the towel and start again doing something different? So kind of, it's one of those points in your life, isn't it? You think it's now or never. I've got to change. If I make some changes, I've got to do it now.
I suppose it's a question of what you regard as successful. I mean, I wonder whether at this point you think you're successful being here, or whether this is just luck. At what point will you feel you've made it?
I probably feel I've made it when I'm no longer living in a one-bedroom rented ex-council flat just outside Rickmansworth with a severe damp problem and driving around in a battered 12-year-old purple Toyota Corolla. Then I'll probably think I've made it. But until then, yeah, I think I'm having fun. I'm doing something I enjoy.
Oh dear, we've got trouble.
Very good set last night.
Oh, thank
It was really fun. I hadn't seen you do like a short set like that. It's good.
Is he any good? Because I haven't seen him.
No, it was really good. It was like properly good. It was kind of lots of American acts. You know what? Some of which were good, some of which not so much. And you came on, it was a really kind of a different feel.
I think you're being generous there, but thank you anyway.
Yeah, I'm being quite generous. It was good. It was good. I thought the voice was kind of. It was like if Lee Evans had a really awful childhood. Is that a bad review?
I've got two questions for you. We've just been having the discussion. Who's more ginger, me or him?
He's more ginger, because you're sort of. I mean, you're horrible to look at, but he's got the paler sort of skin. He looks as if you turned a light on, he'd get cancer. Yeah, imagine taking pride in that. You disgust me.
And my second question is, I've been begging your agent to get just 4 minutes with you during this trip. Would you be willing to talk to me after Andrew for just 4 minutes?
No, I'm going to Expectations for breakfast. Yeah, I'll maybe do it in a bit, yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy Carr there, interrupting your interview. I think that's incredibly rude, don't you?
I can't believe how skinny he is. I think he looks... He was fat, and he still looks a little bit fat on television, but now he's literally almost Ethiopian. He's so skinny. I can't believe how skinny he is. I think he's possibly got some sort of eating disorder.
Thank you, Andrew, for talking to me. You're a true great, and to have somebody like Jimmy even know you must be a thrill.
I've been totally upstaged because he came along and he was actually funny and he made some jokes.
It's not usual that Jimmy is funny, is it really?
I've learned from the master there. He's come along and made a few jokes off the cuff there, and I've been given the interview and said absolutely nothing amusing.
You've done tremendously well. Thank you for talking to me, Andrew Lawrence. Have you got a website so people can find you?
Yeah, it's old. It hasn't been updated for a while, but you can have a look at it. It's www.andrewlawrencecomedy.co.uk.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.